Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A decision could come at any moment. Reports are swirling tonight that the Big Ten has made up its mind about restarting the football season.
But we begin with two stories breaking right now. First, state police on the scene of a suspected road rage shooting along I-94 in downtown Detroit. We'll take you there in just a moment.
But we're going to begin with a barricaded gunman situation. It involves hostages, and it has been unfolding for hours now in northwest Detroit. Off the top here at 5, Detroit police have surrounded the home since the standoff started this morning.
It's happening not far from Telegraph and Finkel. Victor Williams has been on scene since this story broke. Victor, you just got an update from police. What are they saying?
Yeah, that's right, Devin and Kimberly. Police have just confirmed that one of the hostages has been brought to safety, but they're still working on getting that gunman to surrender.
I do.
Police have still yet to bring a barricaded gunman to justice and one of the hostages inside to safety.
That if we tried to come into the residence, he would take his own life as well as their life. Just a mere threat that if we made entry, he would take their lives. We take it serious.
The man inside is believed to be very armed and dangerous. We're told by Chief James Craig that he may have been under the influence of meth and alcohol. On top of that, he may not be mentally stable.
See, also during our conversations with him, he acknowledged that he was suffering from mental illness and that he had not been taking his meds.
The gunman is said to have multiple weapons, including a pistol and a shotgun. Local 4 cameras caught one of the hostages, a female, being taken to safety, while family members of the remaining male victim hope for the best.
The guy said he's not coming out alive, so I don't know. So hope it works out for the best, at least for my son and the hostage, the other hostage.
Also, in a twisted turn of events, it's been revealed that the gunman inside is also a suspect in the triple homicide from June, where 3 people were shot and killed. Their house then set on fire to cover up the crime.
He allegedly took the life of either a former or current member, but he acknowledged that he knows he's a suspect in those crimes. We know this person is armed and dangerous.
And as you can tell, police are being very patient with this man, so we're going to be staying right here to figure out what happens. Victor Williams, Local 4. We're going to go back to you.
Yep. All right, Victor, thank you.
We'll keep an eye on what's happening there. Let's get to other breaking news right now. State police are investigating yet another suspected road rage shooting along I-94.
Yeah, this time it happened this afternoon right downtown near the Woodward exit. Priya Mann is following this story for us. Priya, what can you tell us?
Well, Kim, Devin, that shooting happened around 1:30 this afternoon on a busy stretch of the freeway. Now state police are investigating another suspected case of road rage. Investigators combed westbound 94 at Woodward for hours looking for shell casings. Tuesday afternoon, a man called police saying someone had shot at him on the freeway. It's not clear what sparked the road rage, but the victim says multiple shots were fired. Thankfully, he was not injured, but his car was hit. He stayed on the freeway until state police arrived. The other driver took off. There were several people inside the car, so it's not clear who opened fire. Now, since mid-June, police are investigating a dozen shootings on Metro Detroit freeways. The majority of them started with some sort of traffic argument. Now, 94 here westbound at Woodward reopened around 3:30 this afternoon, just before rush hour. Police are investigating, still waiting to interview this victim. And another suspected case of road rage is just a reminder to take it easy on the roads. Reporting live from Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Okay, Priya, thanks. Well, new at 5, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has cleared a Washtenaw County Sheriff's deputy involved in a rough arrest that led to days of protests.
Sean Lay is following these new developments tonight. Let's get to him live. Sean.
Devin, big news here. The big picture is the Attorney General looked at 3 cases of police misconduct or police abuse towards a citizen. In 2 of those cases, officers from outside of our area, they are now facing charges. But that big case here in Washtenaw County, where serious allegations were made against a deputy, it's the person making those allegations now facing serious felonies. Heated charges of racism and police brutality and protest targeting the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. The allegations that at a shooting scene, a Washtenaw Sheriff's deputy struck a woman at that scene 3 times in her head. The allegations sparked outrage and 4 days of protests against the sheriff's office. Attorney General Dana Nessel said her office would review any allegations of police misconduct and brutality. Her office did review this case and found that it was the woman making the claims. Shatina Grady L. was the person who was using force against the deputy, inflicting severe injuries on him after they asked her to stop interfering with their investigation.
Kicking at the officers and deputies and kicking the vehicle with such force that it caused the top part of the door to actually separate from the door frame. During the course of this incident, Deputy Pearson suffered multiple injuries during Ms. Grady's arrest, 2 separate bite marks, 1 on each forearm, along with multiple abrasions and bruising on both forearms based on the bites that she inflicted upon him.
In fact, that deputy needed some serious medical attention after those kicks and big-time bites to his arms. But in that video, it's tough to watch. You see him leveling those big-time blows to her head. He's in the clear as far as criminal charges goes with the state, but the Washtenaw County Sheriff says he's still investigating. There's an internal investigation. That deputy and his actions leading up to all of that remains into an internal investigation. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Well, Sean, talk a little bit about why the AG is digging into these cases.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. She said, a lot of these departments are coming to her. We want an independent eye on these cases. These allegations are serious, so many departments will take them to the Attorney General's office. She'll give them to her team to check them out, so there is a thorough and transparent review of the allegations.
All right, Sean. Now to the city of Louisville, which has reached a settlement with Breonna Taylor's family 6 months after she was killed in her home during a police drug raid.
The agreement includes a $12 million payment and reforms on how warrants are handled by police. The lawsuit alleged police used flawed information to obtain a no-knock warrant to enter Taylor's apartment in March. Breonna Taylor's mother says the fight for justice in her daughter's death isn't over.
We must not lose focus on what the real job is. And with that being said, it's time to move forward with the criminal charges because she deserves that and much more.
No charges have been brought against any of the 3 officers involved in that deadly shooting.
Today, the state reporting 571 new cases of the coronavirus over the past 24 hours. Along with that, 11 more deaths. That includes 5 from a review of past vital records.
Meanwhile, speculation has been swirling, and it looks as if a decision on Big Ten football season could come at any minute now.
Let's bring in Bernie, and Bernie has a rather telling hot mic moment here. Bernie?
Very telling. I think that's a great way to say it. You got to keep a secret, and it's a big secret. Make sure you don't tell Nebraska President Tim Carter. Earlier today, he let it slip that the Big Ten was making an announcement tonight. He made this comment on a hot mic this morning. Listen.
Look, we're getting ready to announce a Husker in Big Ten football tonight.
Oh, really? I heard that was happening.
Well, it sounds like something positive was coming tonight, right? Otherwise, why would they make an announcement? Well, we spoke with a source at the University of Michigan, very close to the situation, and they know absolutely nothing about this announcement tonight. The Nebraska president later said his comments were taken out of context and said he was talking about the possibility of playing football. A little jumbled up right now, but let's wait around a little bit. These things have a way of turning around in a short period of time. But right now, nothing. Michigan says they know nothing. Nebraska's president says he's just talking about the future.
Strange times, Bernie, because we had the coach of LSU today say that he thinks that a whole bunch of his players have had COVID.
Right.
I mean, this is really weird time to keep marching on as if nothing to see here.
Right. He even said that there's a 90-day period, and he's hoping that some of those players are out of the 90-day period and would be able to play. What are you talking about? It's a pandemic. Come on.
And, of course, with that gravelly voice, he said it more colorfully than you or I could possibly hope to help on it.
That's for sure.
Yes, there
That's
you go.
right, Devin.
All right, Bernie. Bernie will be back with sports a little bit later on.
Okay, well, we are off and running here on a Tuesday. We've got Andrew in for Ben tonight. Hi, Andrew.
Hey there, Kimberly and Devin. We have still sun-filled skies out there, milder than yesterday. We'll talk about higher temperatures for tomorrow and also, of course, an update on Hurricane Sally bearing down on the coastline down to our south. That and your 7-day forecast in minutes.
A scary medical emergency after a young girl is attacked by a dog. The cost for a 20-mile ride in an ambulance? More than $5,000. What can you do if your family faces a similar situation?
The presidential candidates are traveling to each other's home turf today with visits to Pennsylvania and Florida. I'm Alice Barr in Washington. Coming up, how each campaign is seeking to appeal to Hispanic voters who could help turn the election.
Okay, Alice, and we continue to follow that breaking news from Detroit's west side where police tell us one of 2 hostages inside a home with a barricaded gunman has been released. Again, this is happening on Iliad Street near Telegraph and Finkel, not far from the Redford border. We'll continue to monitor this for you, and we'll update you just as soon as we get any new information. Stay with us.